This is what we have going. So you still have to do the this printer project, right? Look up the specs of that printer. Collect as much information you can on how to print. I'm going to talk about how I made that print go, if it actually goes. Then also how I'd rather print. I'd rather print via Wi-Fi. So Amy and I had this conversation. That laptop should be able to Wi-Fi connect to the printer. It's not happening. I spent way too much time trying to make it happen. I think it could be a firewall that the college has, not allowing things to, I don't know what, connect. So I've asked help desk to help me. We'll see what they say.
Okay, what I found out, which I forgot the printing, I found the specs for that, for the printer specifically. And what I found out was that there is an app from the company itself. Bambu. That
Yep, I'm going to show it to you here. Yep,
download it.
it's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
if you run the app, it should just, you should just be able to print like a normal
And the
printer.
app is on the laptop?
Yeah, app's on the laptop. It's actually open and you can check it out. I thought it was also on these stations, but I don't see it on that station. So I'm gonna look at more stations. But the process I want you to try to note and document is the Wi-Fi printing process, and it should be pretty simple. Okay, but until we get that working, we can print via micro disk, the really small micro disk, which that laptop has an adapter and we can use it. So let me just, because what I want you to do next after you get this project done is actually print something to check tolerances of that machine. The way you can do that is you can make two little parts that mate and then like put no clearance in the mating parts, and we can print that and check it, but also know the size of the thing that you print, and then we can use dial calipers to literally measure and see how close to exactly what we're trying to print we get. Okay, so that's the next step. I think I said, like, don't make it big, make it small, like no more than 1 inch of material. And you can figure that out in SolidWorks, how much material you have going on just by putting a sensor to whatever you design. Okay. All right. So what I did to make it print, because I want you to be able to print when you need to be able to print, is in Bambu Studio. This is the software that is on the laptop. And you're going to have to use a laptop because these don't have micro SD ports. So you can use these for the SolidWorks, save it onto a flash drive. And if you need a flash drive, I got a pile of them, just grab one. Right? Once you get the STL file on a flash drive, you take it to the laptop and open it in this software. Oh, come on. Just open. Yes, yes, sure. All right. So it looks like this. It's already logged in over there. Nope, don't want that. And then you open a new project. So this is what it looks like. Okay. This is the plate that's in the system. I actually have the cool plate going, and I printed off what they call a cheat sheet for temperatures, because this is a heated plate. So we are running PLA, that's already loaded. That's the material. And we are running it on a cool plate, which I don't see right now.
The plate type?
Yeah, cool plate. Okay, sorry, I'm glitching. So this is all set up just fine, right? You're gonna bring in, you can just literally, you can open an STL file. Let's see if I can import. Yeah, I can't. I know, but that looks like it was looking for a different.
It was on there, import STL stuff.
Oh yeah, one of those several. I don't know. I hope I have one on the desktop here. Oh, of course I don't. Nope. No STLs on here. That's disappointing. All right. We're gonna make an STL file real quick. Because we kind of need something to look at. Why there isn't, there should be, oh, maybe they're just SolidWorks files. It's a little kind of odd the way it does it, because when you bring it into Bambu, it's gonna save it as a Bambu file, but that doesn't print a Bambu file, which is just bizarre. It changes it to G code, so from the studio straight to the printer, it'll work, but going from studio to flash drive or micro SD. Yeah, yeah, it made that sound before. It's a little clicker in the back, almost like it's supposed to do that. It's like wiping the tip. Yeah, it's weird.
Son worked with exactly the same model, and he teaches that.
Who?
My son.
That same model? Bring him in.
All right.
He lives in.
Danner has one too, and he couldn't figure it out, so I felt better about that. All right, it gets just giving myself a little model here real quick. Oh, I probably should size it. So it's not too, oh, that's fine. All right, so when you get your model done, you're gonna want to do a file save as and change it to STL. I think you all have that down by now. Let's call this disk.
14.
All right, so now the STL is made. Oh, don't want Spotify. Boo. Now we should be able to import an STL from the desktop disk. Right? So you bring it in, you may have to position it. There's some auto positioning, like right here, auto positioning that I just usually use. It finds the best spot. Once you have that done, the device will not be, there is no device, right? It can't find that printer. So bring it in. What you have to do next is you can slice the plate. So then it'll show kind of a timeline down here of the slices. You can roll through it, not necessary. But what that does is it creates all the slices needed for the printer to understand. And then if it was hooked to the plate, hooked to the printer, you just hit print, right? It's not. So what you have to do is you have to export the slice file. That's what that thing understands. Okay. Export the slice file, then you can click on it and save it somewhere. And you'll have to give it a name, but you can see it's going as G code, and that's what that thing understands is the G code. Right? You can't just save it like I just saved it as this Bambu project thinking I could then plug it in. Doesn't see it. It's got to see the G code. So then this would get saved if I had the micro SD into that laptop, right? It would get saved to the micro SD. Then you take it and you plug it in, and I can show you where you find it, but you all are pretty savvy. It's called internal storage, where you're going to print from. Internal storage, micro SD is right there. And then it pops up. And if you don't see the preview that looks appropriate, then somewhere in the process it didn't work. Okay. But that's how we can print. If these things are pretty small, we can run several at once. If no one else is ready, then you can just run yours. Should go pretty quick. What I'm printing right now is supposed to be 23 minutes. So it's just a little logo thing. So we'll see. I don't hear it running. Yeah, good times. Surprise, surprise. Oh, I should pause this. All right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Like what you decide to print will be up to you. Let me pause this.